Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai.
Over 3 decades and counting, infrastructural development eludes Nigeria. More so that our politics has resorted largely to stomach infrastructure at the expense of basic and social amenities. No doubt, the issue of road rehabilitation, construction, and maintenance also have been a pathetic concern for successive administration. Today, we shall be talking about the 117 billion naira approved by FEC for major road rehabilitation across the country. But first, we will begin with the story of Governor Bello's ambition to be president come 2023. So welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am Daniel Atai. We take a commercial break, and for a while you stay, don't go away. After this time out, we shall be with you.
The issue here we have to begin to look at is that at the time of independence, I don't know if there was a trajectory to where we are going to.
But how could it be that credible, free and fair under manual conduct of election?
That is where our problem lies, and that is why people are now saying that, advising that we should move, that the world has gone into digital. We should move from the manual to the digital.
We cannot keep doing same thing and expecting a different result.
The only way you create jobs from your ministry is that you have to encourage local content.
If you look at the profile of Sally Mama, there is a caveat in this leave given to him.
Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai.
Welcome back. I am in the studio with Peggy Shande. Peggy Shande is a current and social affairs analyst. Peggy Shande, you're welcome to Spectacle.
Thank you very much, Mr.
I had wanted to say John Peggy because there is one popular white man that we know as John Peggy. Yeah. Viewers, you could also contribute via the numbers displayed on your screen and also via our Zoom handle if you have good network from your end. The MTN line is on WhatsApp. You could also call us through the WhatsApp line or drop your comment via same. We want to take your interactive commentaries, but be civil about it as we go about these 2 topics on discussion. First, we will begin with Governor Bello's ambition for 2023 from the North Central Zone or region of the country. And then we go into the road rehabilitation, the approval of 117 billion, another 117 billion naira for some major road reconstruction. Of course, the festive season is coming and we need our roads to be tied. Apart from that, the road dilapidations in the country is pathetic, and I think Mr. President is trying to give some a facelift for us to be able to move across the country, the 36 states. Mr. Peggy,
yes,
before we go into Bello's ambition, the preamble of the story, you heard that the State Assembly in Kogi State passed a vote of confidence on him, endorsing him for 2023 presidency as a young man from the North Central region of Nigeria. Do you think he is over ambitious, or it is a right thing to do now judging from the fact that he is still a sitting governor?
Well, it's ridiculous to hear that a House of Assembly endorses sitting governors to run for presidency.
What is ridiculous about it?
To me, I don't quite see it as a strength. I should be looking at it from the strength of his capacity, his performance as governor. Whether he was able to pay salaries as it went due, the infrastructure that he was able to put in place as a governor, the kind of federal presence he was able to pull to his state. But the other part of it that I see quite interesting is the fact that he's much younger.
Okay.
And so I don't see anything wrong with a younger person pursuing.
Okay, you talked about his capacity as a governor.
Yeah.
And then whether he has been paying salaries as at when due in his state.
Or infrastructure.
Or infrastructural development in terms of governance that he has done in Kogi State. Are you saying these are the yardsticks for presidential ambition?
Yes. The yardstick for presidential ambition is if you have worked as an executive head, that's being a governor, and your performance should be able to transcend you to another executive position, this time, which is the presidency. The criteria for performance is when they look at the resources available to you and how well you have been able to use it effectively. Yeah, this is exactly what governance is all about, and then eradicating poverty away from the people.
All right.
Yeah, so it is very important. But to say that the House of Assembly sat down and endorsed him is the part that I totally disagree.
Exactly, Mr. Peggy. And we'll take that story now, where the House of Assembly of Kogi State endorses Governor Yahaya Bello, who is already eyeing the presidency for 2023. Have a look at that story. 2023, Kogi Assembly backs Yahaya Bello for president. His track record. The Kogi State House of Assembly has passed a vote of confidence on Governor Yahaya Bello and endorsed him to become the president of Nigeria come 2023. The Assembly members in a motion moved on behalf of all other members by the majority leader of the House, Honorable Hassan Abdullahi, predicted their call upon the sterling performance of the governor since he assumed office in 2016 and is currently into his second term in office. According to the Assembly members, in a unanimous resolution on the floor of the House in Lokoja Wednesday, the governor has proven capability and capacity to lead the nation. The resolution reads, "We, the Honorable Speaker, and the Honorable Members of Kogi State House of Assembly, upon due deliberation of proper motion, therefore, do hereby unanimously make and pass a vote of confidence on His Excellency Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State. That this vote of confidence is founded upon irrefutable and irreducible incidents of Governor Yahaya Bello's leadership as the 4th Executive Governor of Kogi State for a reference period spanning 27 January 2016 till date, during which he has demonstrated uncommon courage, capacity, and competence at his duty post, even in the face of the most daunting odds. In view of the security situation of the country, the Assembly members hailed the uncommon heroics of the governor in ensuring security in the state."
To seek medical help if he's fine.
Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria.
Welcome back. And of course, John Peggy is still with me in the studio. That has been the story of Governor Yahaya Bello, especially with his State Assembly endorsing him, preparing him for 2023. And like I said, the lines are displayed on your screen for you to contribute. But for the sake of the vision impaired, the numbers are 081-3701-5949 or 070-5432-7616. The MTN line is on WhatsApp. You can call via WhatsApp. You can also use our Zoom handle displayed on the screen right now. We'll take your calls and your commentaries concurrently as Mr. Peggy do justices to the topics on discussion. Just last week, his deputy governor, Onoja, the one who is deputizing Bello, was on AIT, and he was saying that, of course, that the man has performed credibly well. He paid salaries as at when due. He has embarked on road constructions, especially wood federal presence to the state as a young man, and settled the disparities and dichotomies between the tribal sentiment among his people, judging from the fact that he is from the minority area of the Kogi state, and that there has been peace in Kogi state already, and in terms of insecurity, that Governor Yahaya Bello has ensured that crises like herdsmen, farmers, herders clashes are not a kind of predominantly in Kogi State. He gave several reasons why he could be the best candidate from the North Central for the presidency. Are we not thinking that the APC, where he belongs, is trying to zone the power to the south, the southern part of the country? It could be southwest or southeast, what this ambition of Governor Yahaya Bello portends in the APC right now?
Well, thank you very much, Engineer Dan, for that question. So many people get into politics for so many reasons.
All right.
If you get into politics because you want to make money, or you get into politics because you want to make a name. However, one of the two must always happen, but not all of the two. If you want to make a name, you make a name. If you want to make money, you make money. But the two of them can never go together. That's one of the things that
either you make a name
and forget about the money, or you forget about the name and you make the money. So if you test yourself as a politician, you test yourself and you are vying for a position that necessarily was not actually decided as to where the zoning should be, and you want to give it a shot, it will fall down to the purpose and reasons for why you want to get into the politics in the first place. But I want to add to what Yahaya Bello has done. I'm a critic, but I say to you where you've done well, I'd say it. One of the good things he has done is that Yahaya Bello has been able to flush out the debt of backlog of salaries and pensions, and he has actually been up to date.
You mean debt?
Yes, debt, yes.
Backlogs of
salaries and
pensions, and so
he has paid them up to date.
Okay.
And then he has also done a good job by making sure that the insecurity challenges in the state is completely nipped in the bud. He has done a very credible job in that regard. Maybe because he is a minority. And there's something about minority I will always say. You know, power evolves from the north and comes to the south. Again, back to the north.
of the vision come 2023 of the All Progressive Congress, whether he had a tip that the power will reside within the North Central Zone, because there is this kind of internal arrangement of rotation that happens between all political parties between the North and the South. So
I belong to the North Central region. I want to answer your question.
Yeah.
I belong to the North Central region of this country. If I am not going to push the rope, but I'm going to pull the rope, then I should be naturally pulling the ropes towards me, which is the North Central.
Yeah.
There's, excuse me, absolutely nothing wrong if Yahya Bello from the North Central gets the ticket and wins the presidency. But the point I was making was that the APC, from their natural perception, what I see them do is they're going to rotate this power back to the South. And now this time, whether the Southeast, I don't know. The party hasn't published anything yet in this regard. But I think the handwriting written on the wall is pulling it back to the South. And I think that's where the political equation, Bello may miss it. I don't know.
All right. The political equation within the APC, whether the All Progressive Congress is going to zone their presidential ticket to the South, whether it could be Southwest, Southeast, no one knows. It could even be South-South. Rumors have it that the former president is also or may likely contest the 2023 election, talking about President Jonathan. We are having that feelings, but then we can't tell now until the party brings out their manifestos and brings out their vision for 2023 vividly for us to see and know whether all Nigerians are to contest, or it is only left for the North Central or Southwest or Southeast to contest the presidency come 2023. Well, already the lines are open for you to contribute if you have anything to say about what we are discussing right now, that Governor Yahya Bello of Kogi State is eyeing the presidency, and his state assembly has just endorsed him for that, giving him the vote of confidence to run for 2023. Meanwhile, while we wait for your calls, we'll take concurrently the second story about road construction and rehabilitation and also maintenance that the federal government yesterday, the Federal Executive Council, presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari himself, approved the sum of 117 billion naira for major road rehabilitation across the country. And not too far away, about 2 weeks ago, or precisely about 3 weeks ago, some funds were also released to the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, to do what? To maintain some roads, especially roads that were already contracted for rehabilitation, reconstruction, and maintenance. I think we have to take that story immediately for you to understand what is going on and be able to contribute explicitly to the program. Please enjoy it. FEC approves 117 billion naira for rehabilitation of major roads across the Federation. The Federal Executive Council, FEC, has approved 117.6 billion naira for the rehabilitation of some roads across the country. The FEC meeting on Wednesday was presided by President Muhammadu Buhari. Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, briefed journalists at the end of the meeting. The Ministry of Works and Housing presented 3 memoranda, one relating to banking application. He said the first set of roads is for a total sum of 18.9 billion, and it is with respect to roads and bridges as follows: rehabilitation of 26-kilometer road linking Kano, Jigawa, and Katsina states, 8.767 billion Omo Umolokpa Road in Anambra and Enugu states, 1.712 billion rehabilitation of Oye Oranta Road in Anambra, 2.504 billion naira for Okpoko Bridge along Benue Cross River Road, 1.057 billion naira bridge at kilometer 22.7 along Bida Zungeru Road in Niger State. 1.022 billion Nkum Bridge linking Abia and Enugu states. 1.072 billion and Chalawa Nunku Road in Komboso, Kano State. 2.787 billion naira and so on. The other memorandum relating to roads is also for the total sum of 98.073 billion. The roads are Jijia Guso Road in Zamfara State, 7.799 billion naira. Jega Kwansagai Gumi Road in Kebbi State, 31.539 billion naira. Koko Mahuta Road in Kebbi, 19.713 billion naira. Kuka Babangida Ganagara Road in Katsina State, 11.73 billion naira. Ihiala Olu Umudu Road, 16.750 billion naira. Oye Ama Etite Umuawulu Road in Anambra State, 2.155 billion naira. And Bichi Road in Kano State, 8.384 billion naira. The minister said some of the roads had been abandoned for many years. We hope that this road will not be abandoned as approved by FEC anymore.
Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai.
As a concerned Nigerian, I am much concerned about road networks in the country, especially judging from the fact that most of our roads are in a shambles state, a very unmotorable state. And I really want to thank Mr. President for this, for releasing this fund. But releasing the fund is one thing. Just about 2 months ago, with Fashola himself in his office, and we went to meet him about some road networks in Bello, and they said no fund for the road rehabilitations. He also went on to say that the National Assembly were not concerned about major projects, especially developmental projects like road networks in the country. Now, the president, within a space of a month, consecutively have approved humongous amount of money for the rehabilitation of roads. What would you have to say contribute to this? Whether are we going to see it in black and white, in reality, or is going to go the drain, since it has been happening in the past 3 decades, if I may say. Road network in the country, successive administration, approval of budget upon budget. Yet, we never had good roads in this country. What do you think is the fundamental problem? Funding or the political will to constructing or rehabilitating roads?
Thank you very much, Engineer Dan. That's a very, very heavy question. I pray God gives me the grace to answer that question. Because the truth is that since 1999, the humongous amount of monies that has been budgeted for road construction in Nigeria has been so heavy. I remember very well when Barnabas Kemedi, Chief Engineer Barnabas Kemedi, was also Minister of Works.
Okay.
He constructed most of the major roads within the country. And when I went with him, I was able to understand exactly what he faced. And don't forget, late J.S. Tucker, I think he also was a federal minister. They called him secretary at that time, secretary of transport at that time or so. These were ministries that were separate, but now they were joined at the same time, at a point separated again.
Yeah.
Works, housing, and transport was in one place.
Okay.
Now they have separated them.
Yeah, now, of recent it was works, housing, and power.
And power. Now power is separated. Transport is also separated. And then you have works and housing. Now, what is the fundamental essence for a government to think about infrastructure, and particularly road? It is because of the economic benefits that the roads have. I mean, the huge monies that has been budgeted in this country from the National Assembly for the construction of roads and rehabilitation, not many of them would have been used and put in place. I thank God for the present administration that is doing everything possible to make sure that road infrastructure, the economic benefit of road infrastructure should be seen. I mean, from railways to the way the roads are, even the Niger Bridge, you see.
We could even forget about the railways, the major road networks linking, for instance, FCT to Kaduna, FCT to Nasarawa, Nasarawa to Benue, Ibadan to Lagos, Lagos to Ogun, these are road, Benue to Cross River, Port Harcourt to this, major road networks. Fund has been released, isn't it?
Yes.
And oftentimes, or many a times, funding that we say is the problem has never been the actual problem. You see, contractors will take maybe, they say, 200 kilometers from here to this place. This contractor will be in charge of this road construction. Then from the other angle, another contractor. Usually or formerly, we used to have one construction company. One, maybe like Julius Berger. You give them the road rehabilitation contract and they go about doing it. You will see as they are doing it and people are planting the road immediately. Now, you have several contractors towards one road, divided by kilometers.
And yes, there's nothing worse.
And you will see, as a matter of fact, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's something that sometimes I feel very awful and bad saying it, that a country like this, you ask for something, a delegation and fund has been released for you. That is delegation of duty. Minister, handle this thing. And the minister will say, contractor, handle this thing. What has been the problem? Why? The execution to the finishing has always been the problem. Why? Is it evaluation problem?
No.
Is it monetary problem?
Excuse me. The problem with Nigeria and the roads, the terrible road network we have in this country, is the corruption that is arising from the bottlenecks that is encountered in the kickbacks, that we are going to give you 5 billion in the first installment, but you're going to use only 2. Bring back 3 billion back to me.
Kickbacks.
That's kickbacks. Corruption. And the ministries whom the ministers are superintending over have directors and have personnel, they have civil servants working there.
So they feast oftentimes on
They feast on these contractors. Are you telling me that the Julius Berger, they used to construct roads throughout the night, and in the morning you're flying and plying on them? And no more? What about the Rock Bridge?
Yes.
What about the other one called the Gilmore?
The Gilmore.
There are road construction all over the places. Now the problem again is
kickbacks,
corruption. The kickbacks in this country is what is killing the construction worker. And I want to say to you, 99% of the road network in this country were designed, built, and made by the military. One of the good things I like about the military is the road network.
The military era.
Military era. They were able to establish roads. And I don't know why President Muhammadu Buhari, in this area, I want to appreciate him very well for this job. He is doing well. Now, if Fashola said the problem was from the National Assembly, and the National Assembly forgetting that, they get huge sums of money as allocation for themselves. And at this time, Mr. President has failed them by proving otherwise, giving to Fashola 117.6 billion for the reconstruction of roads and rehabilitation.
The second time in a month.
The second time in a month, within a very short period.
Probably to meet up the festive season.
To meet up the festive season so that these roads, but the roads are terrible in this country.
Terrible.
Your cars are in trouble. You say you are driving a Jeep, the Jeeps are tall, no problem, but you're shocked, you keep moving and changing. Right? One of the terrible situations is the road that is linking Boko to Makari to Boko. You can start from roundabout, Yande roundabout, you come towards BCC, and that's where, or something very close to BCC, and that's where the road ends. That construction has been 3 years on. I don't know why it won't continue further to Makurdi. I don't know who is the company that is in charge of that.
We took the complaint to Fashola 2 months ago.
Yes.
We wrote a petition and a complaint. I was live in his office with General Air Vice Marshal Monday Morgan, who led that delegation. We met him and we complained about the complete absence of federal government in the state, in Benue. Boko to Makodi is unmotorable. Makodi to Otukpo is unmotorable.
Yes.
If you follow Naka, it's still unmotorable. Everywhere, completely. So the Benue South region and Boko has been excommunicated. Complete
annihilated.
Annihilated or extinction because of the road network.
Through Alede is a problem.
Is a problem.
Come through this other way is a problem. Naka is a problem.
We hope that something be done quickly and urgently. We're begging the Minister of Works, Babatunde Fashola, to urgently do something. Because if you look at what Fashola has done in the southwestern region of the country, where he hailed from, he has done incredibly well in terms of road rehabilitation.
Exactly.
And it is not palatable to leave a central state like Benue, Niger, or Kogi. If you follow Bello to Kogi, trying to come through Lokoja to Abuja, is another dilapidated eyesore, a road that is a death trap. And you see vehicles having accidents, people dying daily, and these are citizens. And that is why this topic today makes meaning, and I believe it is making meaning to most of you watching, so that you can give us your contribution. We just have 5 minutes left to leave the studio on the topic. And John Peggy has been on the topic doing justice to it explicitly. Peggy, you are wonderful. You talked about kickbacks and corruption and various contractors being handed over the road project. What about monitoring and evaluation?
Monitoring and evaluation, Engineer Dan, thank you very much, begins with the media. I don't want to care about whoever is monitoring and evaluating. If there are those who are going to also get the feedbacks, I don't care. Those kickbacks could be getting through those monitors and evaluators. But if we have a media reportage, we go out in full-fledged and we want to ask questions. Who are the contractors? We want to interview them and make a public reportage about them. Why is this road not finished yet? Why is it at the level it is now? We will now do a very serious reportage, excuse me, and send it to appropriate quarters. And maybe because the media is not doing their jobs, oversight functions will be able to do that the monitoring and evaluating aspect of what you're asking could also make sense in solving the problem.
All right, monitoring and evaluation is very, very important apart from the media. There should be special unit apart from the media. There should be special unit attached with the media in terms of road monitoring. In fact, anything execution from the executive arm of government. Anyway, we'll beg to stop here today. We believe we have fed you, and we want you to continue with us on our social media platform. It has been Peggy Shandy in the studio on Spectacle, the studio of Television Nigeria. Peggy, thanks for doing justice to the program on discussion. Gentlemen and ladies, viewers out there, Spectacle is open for sponsorship. And in case you want us to beat the reach of media for you, your political ambition or your antecedent, whatever you think you are doing that you want the world to know about, we are here to serve you. The numbers for you to call us are displayed. They are the same numbers for the same program that we are on now. So you can reach us through the numbers or reach us via social media platforms, and we'll meet with you and get to take whatever you have for us beyond the reach of media. Thanks for watching. I have been Daniel Atai.
Welcome to Spectacle on Television Nigeria. I am your host, Daniel Atai.